A very warm welcome to all of you. Myself, Professor Nagresh from KG Somaya College, Kopargaon. In this current lecture, we are going to start the new chapter from the syllabus, that is chapter number 5, pH meter. So in this lecture, we are going to study the different topics from the chapter pH meter. The first topic, that is the introduction of the chapter. The second one is definition of pH, and third one is operational definition of pH. So these points we are going to cover in this lecture. So let us start this lecture. Now, as far as the pH of a solution is to be considered, the name which we realize or the name which we remind is nothing but the pH meter. So this pH meter is used for the measurement of a pH. So a pH meter is an electronic instrument used to measure the pH, that is acidity or alkalinity of a liquid or solution. So this pH meter is nothing but one electronic instrument that is useful for measurement of the pH, or in other words we can say that it is useful for the measurement of acidity or alkalinity of a liquid or a solution. If we want to find out the nature of a liquid or solution, whether it is acidic or alkaline in nature, so that has to be completed with the help of this pH meter. pH is the unit of measurement of degree of acidity or alkalinity. We can say that this pH is nothing but the unit of measurement. That unit of measurement is for that degree of acidity or alkalinity. What type of degree of acidity is there for a particular solution, or what is the degree of alkalinity is there for a particular solution. So this is a unit of measurement, that is nothing but the pH. pH is measured on a scale 0 to 14. We know very well that the pH range or the valued pH range is from 0 to 14. In between this range, the different type of the solutions having a different value of the pH. It may be acidic, it may be basic, or it may be the neutral one. pH gives the degree of activity of an acid or base in terms of hydrogen ion activity. Now, as far as this pH value is to be considered, so it gives us an idea regarding the degree of activity. This is a degree of activity. It may be for an acid or it may be for the base, and this activity or the degree of activity can be given in terms of the hydrogen ion activity. So this pH gives the degree of activity for acid or base in terms of the hydrogen ion activity. The pH value of substance is directly related to ratio of hydrogen ion concentration, that is H plus ion, and hydroxyl ion concentrations. So whenever we use the word pH, so it gives a ratio of H plus ion concentration and OH minus ion concentration. So this pH value is a very useful as far as the determination of the nature of the particular solution is to be considered. Now, as far as the value of this pH is to be considered, depending upon the relation between concentration of H plus and OH minus ions, the materials are classified into following three types. Now, if we take into consideration the relation between H plus ion concentration and OH minus concentration of materials, these materials are to be classified into three different types. The first one is, if concentration of H plus ion is greater than that of the concentration of OH minus ion, then that material is to be acidic in nature, and at that condition the pH value must be less than 7. So we can say that if a pH is less than 7, that material must be acidic in nature, and at that time H plus ion concentration is always higher than that of the OH minus ion concentration. The second one is, if H plus ion concentration is less than OH minus ion concentration, that material is basic in nature, and at that situation the pH value must be greater than that of the 7. While if H plus ion concentration is equal to the OH minus ion concentration, then that material is to be neutral in nature, and pH value is exactly equal to the 7. So you can say that depending upon the relation between concentration of H plus and OH minus, we can predict the nature of a particular material, either acidic, basic, or neutral, as well as we can get an idea regarding the pH value for a particular material. Now we have to look towards the actual definition of this pH. What is by the pH, or how it is defined. The term pH was introduced by the scientist Sorensen in 1909. So the Sorensen discovered or introduced the term pH. Now what actually pH means? So let us look towards the definition. The pH of a solution is the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration expressed in molarity. So this pH of a solution is nothing but the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration, and that is to be expressed in a molarity. This pH is given by the equation pH is equal to minus log of H plus ion concentration is equal to P into concentration of H plus, or we can say that this equation may be written in terms of the activity of H plus ion concentration as pH is equal to minus log of activity of H plus ions present in a solution. So these are the regular equations used for defining the pH term. The more precise measurement of pH by EMF method gives the more close value to the activity rather than the concentrations of H plus ions. Now, as far as the precise measurement of this pH is to be considered, it is to be carried out with the help of EMF method, and at that EMF method, the more close value of this pH is observed towards activity rather than the concentration of H plus, and under that situation, pH is to be given by pH is equal to P into concentration of H plus ion plus 0.04. So this is the different equations for defining this particular definition of this particular pH. The next one is operational definition of pH. Now this is one more definition for this pH on the basis of the operational method. The modern definition of pH is operational one and is based on standardization procedure. Now, as far as this modern definition of pH is to be considered, it is to be based on a standardization procedure or standardization method. Now, according to US National Bureau of Standards, that is NBS, the pH difference between the two solutions, one solution is standard and second one is unknown at the same temperature with the same reference electrode is given by. So, according to this US National Bureau of Standards, the pH difference between the two solutions, we have to take the two different solutions. One is a standard solution and second is a unknown solution whose pH we want to measure or determine. So we have to take into consideration the pH difference between these two solutions at a same temperature. Temperature is the same with the same reference electrode. So under that situation, the pH is given as pH of unknown solution minus pH of standard solution is equal to E of X minus E of standard divided by 2.303 upon F. Now, in this case, this Ex stands for this particular potential for this particular unknown solution minus E standard stands for potential for the standard solution divided by 2.303 upon F. F stands for Faraday, that is amount of electricity passed through the solution. This equation may be written as pH is equal to cell potential minus standard cell potential divided by 0.059 at 25 degree centigrade. So if we reduce this above equation, that above equation is obtained in a simplified form as pH equal to cell potential minus standard cell potential divided by 0.059 at 25 degree centigrade, and this is the operational definition of pH. By using this relation, we can easily find out the pH of the particular unknown solution by taking into consideration the cell potential as well as the standard cell potential at the temperature value of 25 degree centigrade. So in this lecture, we come across the different basic points from the chapter pH meter, the points such as the introduction of this chapter. Next one is what is the meaning of the pH, what is the definition of pH, and what is the operational definition of pH. So these different points we already covered in this current lecture. The remaining point from this chapter we will take in our upcoming video lectures. Before closing this lecture, those who are not yet subscribed my channel, so please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon in order to get the notification for the upcoming video lectures. So with this, I stop here. Thank you so much.